Okay, hi there, I'm Dennis. Welcome to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Alpine Linux. Now, the last 2 or 3 videos that I've produced, it's been on Alpine Linux. And I'm still running Alpine Linux. I run it daily, and we'll go to some more details here in just a second. Let me get over to my desktop. This is their homepage, alpinelinux.org. Alright, so this is the last video I posted on Alpine Linux, June the 24th. Today is August the 8th. Nope, sorry, August the 24th. And by the time the video actually got posted, I had already installed Alpine on this, what's called a Dell MT Mini Tower 7010 on a SSD. And I've had no hiccups. I mean, absolutely nothing. Very uneventful. I'm going to close this out right here. Okay, for gaming, you know, Wine is going to be available through the repositories. You can get all that other stuff here. Let's see, let's look up Lutris. This is flatpaks. So you can get Lutris as a flatpak. Steam. Wine is already available, but you can get it through the Flatpak as well. FlatSeal is a software that you may need to give one of these or all of these programs certain permissions to work. Now that'll be something that you need to do, not me. Proton, that's available. And the website here, I mean, it tells you about gaming, and it does list. There's Wine and Steam to tell you more about it. To get Wine to work, you'll have to run this software, run this commands right here. Make sure you're in the games. So I'm going to just close out of this. I think I'm through with that part. Bring up my notes real quick. Now, I did about almost a week after that last video posted, I went ahead and upgraded on the test machine. Let me back up. On the SFF small form factor 7010, my test machine, I went ahead and moved it up to the Edge branch. And I let it run for a couple weeks with absolutely no problem. So I went ahead and put it on this. Probably about the time that last video posted, I had already done this, put Edge repositories. You can see, let me bring that up. If you go to your file system, etc, apk, Alpine Package Keeper, and open up repositories, you'll see this is what I had, 3.22, and I moved up to the Edge repositories, which, in my opinion, makes it act just like Arch Linux as far as doing your updates go. I mean, makes it a rolling release. Before I was getting updates once every couple of days. Now I get 2 or 3 in a day if I check. So I like that. So I went ahead and done that. You'll have to, if you change your APK repository, you'll need to run these commands, and you can get those right off of that web page I just showed you, the home page under documents or wiki, one of those two. Or you can just do a search and it'll come up with it more than likely. So sudo apt update or apk update, sudo apk add and hyphen upgrade, apk-tools. Then you're going to run apk upgrade, all available. Now that is one thing that I will say. If you're going to run, if you've made up your mind once you install Alpine Linux and you're going to run Edge, go ahead and upgrade your repositories first. Run all of these, and then from then on, all your new software will already be upgraded. By the time I'd done this, I already had a full system up and running, and it took a little while. I went through every single program. I was really surprised that everything just worked right out like it was supposed to. Now I did have to, Flatpak was installed, but I had to add that repo, and you can get that right off of FlatHub. So yeah, that's the only change I had to make. Only manual intervention I had to make was add the repo back for flatpak. Once I did that, flatpaks work. And I didn't even catch that until I run an update. Once I run the update on flatpak, it said we don't have flatpaks. Here's a couple common commands. I'm going to leave them right here in the screen. See if I make it a little bigger there. The only one that if you decide to add another user, just run the script, sudo setup -user, and it'll do all of this stuff for you. Here's a link from Alpine Linux setting up a new user. You can follow that and do it manually, or you can run the script. For LSBLK list block devices, you're going to need a utility called util-linux. If you want the man page, be util-linux-doc. Okay, close this one out. Bluetooth, you can see Bluetooth is working down here. Let's see what version it is. This is blueman-manager 2.4.6. And I installed bluez-openrc and blueman for the graphical interface there that you just saw. And I updated the services. I added Bluetooth to the boot level. And then I went ahead and started it. Of course, when you reboot, it's going to start. And then I had to load it into the kernel, sudo modprobe bt Bluetooth USB. Make sure you're in the LP group. And you can just run it from the command line, but like I said, I got and I can just unplug my dongle, my Bluetooth dongle, and that'll disappear, not running in the background. All right, so let me bring up a terminal or two. And let's go -sagm for system, machine, audio, and graphics. System is Alpine Linux. It says unknown distro. Alpine Linux Edge repositories. It's on the Dell 7010. Graphics, it's using X11 with the mode setting. And I'm using Pulse Audio instead of Pipewire, and I probably could use it very easily. Run a fast fetch here. Alpine Linux Edge, 64-bit on the Optiplex 7010. XFCE desktop, XF window manager. These are just how I've got it set up a little bit. Let's see. I got my TD script installed. That'll tell us exactly when I installed this on the Dell Mini Tower 7010. Friday, June the 13th. Friday the 13th. So June 13th, August 13th, that'd be 2 months, and we're past that. We're almost through with August. I hadn't messed with the swappiness. I have no real need to. If something happens and I think I need it for some reason, I will change that. It is on a SSD because the output is 0 there. And this is the mounted disk, 500 gigs. Marked as a 500 gig, but only showing 465. As far as software goes, I've got everything. There's only one thing that I have found that will not work. It'll install and it'll come up, but it's called GUVC view. And in that GUVC view, when it comes up, it'll give you a control panel as well as a view from your camera. And in this case, it'll come up and the camera view will disappear. It'll stay there long enough for you to see that it's actually loaded. You can see the camera, but then all you're left is with the settings. And I think that has to do with one of the dependencies. The best I can run it down is one of the dependencies that depends on glibc, and this is musl, M-U-S-L. Another thing is VirtualBox. Apparently, VirtualBox and musl don't get along. I was reading the other day where there is a workaround. You can install some software that will allow you to run, I guess you'd call it a shim or a bridge from musl to glibc that would allow you to run a VirtualBox. But really, you get boxes and virtual machine manager, and it works just fine. all of this stuff that I've got, it just works. Let me bring up, I was going to bring up H-tops, but this will work. 1.6 gigs of RAM, no swap. Let me do that this way. 1.9 gigabytes of RAM, that's with OBS running. I just closed out all that stuff. Closed out my notes and the web pages. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. And like I said, I have yet to have anything that just crashed or quit working. When I first installed Alpine Linux on the test machine, about 3 times I got, when I was updating in the terminal, I got it said an error 1, and the fix was running sudo apk, I believe it's -- fix. It may be just -fix or no hyphen, I don't remember. This will tell me. Try it with fix. Yep. And everything was okay. So if you do have an error, run this first and see what happens. If that fixes it, you're good to go. So I guess really that's going to take care of it. I just wanted to get with you, and before I endorsed Alpine Linux, I got to thinking, well, if I'm saying it's good, I want it to be good, and I don't want you to install it and then something break or something just really bizarre happens and you go, hey, a guy don't know what he's talking about. Alpine Linux has been running on this machine, as you saw, for 2 months and a few days or a week. And I've had literally no problems other than that one with GUVCView and the one with VirtualBox. I don't really care about those 2 things. It has OBS Studio, Voco Screen, Cheese, that works. So I guess that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on another video. Peace out. My next video, by the way, will be actually using Alpine Linux to do something else. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.